Here's the story of why Lionel Messi forced Zlatan Ibrahimovic to leave Barcelona. Now, everything Pep Guardiola has done in his career has pretty much turned into gold. However, the signing of Zlatan Ibrahimovic in 2009 to add to his treble-winning Barcelona side has to be regarded as one of the biggest mistakes of his career. This video would explain what led to Barcelona signing Ibrahimovic, why it never made sense tactically, and why it was ultimately Lionel Messi who forced Barcelona to sell Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So part 1, why did Barcelona sign Zlatan? The year is 2009. Pep Guardiola is in his first year as manager and he's led Barcelona to one of the greatest, most dominant seasons by a single club. He won all major trophies. The key players of that Barcelona team were Xavi, Iniesta, Samuel Eto'o and a 22-year-old Lionel Messi. Eto'o and Messi were especially key to Barcelona's attack and they both scored in the Champions League final against Man United to win the trophy. Eto'o's ability to play on the wing made him useful in that team. He was also one of the most senior players in that attacking lineup. The only issue was Guardiola never liked Eto'o from the start and he always wanted to sell him. Guardiola had successfully sold previous club legends like Ronaldinho and Deco as he felt these players were past their best and they had too much influence in the dressing room. And Guardiola wanted to build the club around Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets and Messi. At the same time, Ibrahimovic is a 29-year-old superstar of world football playing for Inter Milan. So Barcelona in the summer of 2009 signed Ibrahimovic by offering Inter Milan a swap deal for Samuel Eto'o plus £60 million. While Ibrahimovic may have been a better striker than Eto'o, many question why adding 60 million on top was needed and they felt that it was overpaying. Eto'o also had tactical flexibility because he can play in different positions, while Ibrahimovic was a classic striker that could only play centrally. Now, Ibrahimovic only being able to play centrally as his favourite position is key to this whole saga and story, because Barcelona's best player, young star boy, legend in the making, Lionel Messi is slowly wanting to switch from the right wing position where he has played most of his career to a more centrally position. That's because the season prior, Guardiola experimented with moving Messi to the number 9 position centrally and opponents couldn't deal with Messi playing there, and they formed devastating little triangles with Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta. However, Messi was still mainly used as a right winger and him playing centrally was seen more of a trick move by Barcelona to fool opponents. However, Messi felt he was more effective down the middle and he wants to play there permanently. His idol Maradona played centrally, the famous Argentinian Engache role. Messi showed devastating abilities to play centrally and he knew he was the best player in the team, so of course the club should build the team around him and cater to his best abilities. So that was the key background information. Messi wants to play centrally and Barcelona signed a superstar striker, Ibrahimovic, who can only play centrally. There's going to be a clash. Nonetheless, Ibrahimovic is now a Barcelona player and his start to his Barcelona career goes great. He scores in each of his first 5 games and he even scores the winning goal against Real Madrid. So it's happy days right now. But while Ibrahimovic is on a good run, Lionel Messi was not happy to be playing on the right wing. He wants to play in the middle, false number 9, number 10 role, and he wants to be the main creative playmaker and scorer for Barcelona. And he starts demanding to Guardiola that Guardiola find a way to move Messi back to the middle. And he doesn't care what happens with the tactics, he needs to play in the middle and Guardiola needs to sort it. Now this leaves Guardiola with a headache because Ibrahimovic cannot play in the wings, even a tiny bit. At least when he had Eto'o, he was able to switch with Messi on the right wing and they were able to have some tactical fluidity. So clearly Barcelona and Guardiola didn't expect Messi to be so demanding or else they would have not sold Eto'o for Ibrahimovic. So Guardiola tries different ways to make Messi and Ibrahimovic happy. He first tries a system of playing 4-2-3-1 with Zlatan up front and Messi behind him in the number 10 position. However, this didn't work because it compromised Barcelona's main strength, which was having 3 central midfielders in Busquets, Iniesta and Xavi. Guardiola then reverts back to 4-3-3 with this time Ibrahimovic on the right wing, praying that it works, and Messi finally playing in the centre. Now this formation was even worse than the 4-2-3-1 because Zlatan cannot play on the wing at all and he offers nothing on the wing. So Guardiola has no choice, he has to revert back to the original formation of 4-3-3 where Messi's on the right wing and Ibrahimovic is in the centre. The turning point for that season came in the Champions League semi-final loss to Inter Milan. Barcelona, as the defending Champions League winners, they faced off against Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan in the semi-final. This match was a tactical error by Guardiola because Inter Milan centre-backs Lucio and Walter Samuel were experienced, tough defenders, and they were easily able to handle Ibrahimovic playing in the centre, and Ibrahimovic himself had 2 terrible games in both of the legs. Now, had Guardiola played Lionel Messi centrally, they could have utilised Messi's pace and trickery to get in behind Inter Milan centre-backs who were slow. But instead, Ibrahimovic would play centre and Inter Milan would go on to win that match, and Jose Mourinho would end up running around Camp Nou celebrating, and this embarrassed Guardiola. In the dressing room, it is said Guardiola had a go at Ibrahimovic for his inability to affect the game. They had a big bust up with both of them swearing and shouting at each other. So the ramifications of that semi-final, their fate is sealed. Barcelona's and Ibrahimovic's fate is sealed. Guardiola knew he had to sell Ibrahimovic after just 1 season, and which he does by selling him to AC Milan. Ibrahimovic would later confirm all of this in his autobiography, where he states these following words: "Everything went well at Barcelona, but then Messi started to talk. He wanted to play in the middle, not on the wing. So the system changed. I was sacrificed and no longer had the freedom on the pitch." So those are the words of Ibrahimovic, where it pretty much confirms these stories. Barcelona, though, wanting to redeem their mistake, they would go on to sign David Villa as Ibrahimovic's replacement. And this time, he could actually play on the wing, where Pedri would play on the other wing, and Messi now plays in the central, famous, iconic false 9 position. And that following season, they would go on to break all the records. Messi would go on to have one of the greatest seasons of all time and cement his legacy as the greatest player of all time. Ibrahimovic would go on to find success with AC Milan, then PSG and Man United. So that was the story of how Messi ultimately caused the sale of Ibrahimovic. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video and if you like my content. Thank you.